Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And this puzzle, well, this pair of puzzles, and I flick between them to show you the pair of puzzles, is a fantastically faithful representation of the Chicago L train map. And that is a brilliant idea and execution by Haley Pro. Haley Pro has featured on the channel before, a long time ago, the first time. And I'm confused now. Haley Pro only sends puzzles occasionally, but they're normally very interesting. I had her as a Star Trek fan. I think the last puzzle we did by her may have been a different mode of transport, and it was the USS Starship Enterprise. So we're coming back down to a much more mundane level with the Chicago L trains. But the other thing that my brain seemed to remember about Haley, which might well have been completely wrong, was that she was from New Zealand. I don't know why I thought that particularly, but I did. And I'm guessing now that that needs to be corrected and that she's probably a Chicagoan. Anyway, watch the video if you're from the Chicago area and tell us what number most corresponds to your location from the map. It's a brilliant idea. I will add, actually, just before I go waffling on, she has faithfully used the colours of the lines to use their normal Sudoku colours. As she put it in her email, the only one that didn't have its own standard line type was brown, so she decided to make that slow thermo. Now, that was a very modest way of putting that. It's not the only one that doesn't have its own line type. It's the only one that Haley allowed herself to make a free choice. So with all of the other lines, she basically respected Sudoku rules and managed to create this double grid. It's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant execution. I am looking forward to this puzzle just by virtue. I mean, you can see in the thumb, if you go back to the thumbnail somehow, you can see how accurate this map is. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, it's a double puzzle though. Anyway, it's sort of bonus today. But if you want extra puzzles, of course, we have Sudoku hunts every month in Patreon, and as well as crosswords, gridogram, and connections videos. So those are all good fun. The solutions to the Spider-Man hunt are coming out as well on Patreon for the tier 1.5s and above. Also, if you do want extra puzzles, our apps are a fantastic resource. We have classic Sudoku too, but many line Sudoku puzzles in that app, and the worms as well by Blobs and others. Do check those out. We've got a bit of merch as well. You could get yourself a Cracking the Cryptic mug or hat or t-shirt, and then you would look very cool. And t-shirts needed. We've just had some sort of heat wave beginning in the UK this weekend, which is great, but it's rather surprising. I wonder how hot it gets in Chicago. Let's have a look at the rules of both puzzles, North Side and South Side. And normal Sudoku rules apply to each grid, 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. The puzzles must be solved in tandem with each other, and they overlap at the loop in row 9, column 9. So we see this cell has the black square marker, and that's the same in both puzzles. Now, I think there's more overlap, because, for instance, row 9, column 7 in North Side, that's there, must be the same as row 1, column 6 in South Side. So it's not just this cell. They must overlap all the way. Those 8 cells will be the same as those 8 cells, which we would definitely need, I figure. All cells with an airplane contain the same digit across both puzzles. There's only 2 of those. And then the lines, well, a red line is a parity line with digits alternating between odd and even. A blue line is a region sum line. Box borders divide it into segments of the same sum. A green line is a German whisper line and adjacent digits have a difference of at least 5. A pink line is a Renban line and contains a set of consecutive digits in any order. An orange line is a Dutch whisper line and adjacent digits differ by at least 4. Oh bother, I've just realised I left that one out, I think, in the versions of these puzzles that I've put together, because the Haley's didn't have all the detailed rules. Anyway, where did we get to? We got to the orange line, was a Dutch whisper. The brown line, as I said, is a slow thermo. So digits from the bulb end either increase or stay the same as you progress along the line. And that's it, I think. So those are the rules. Do give it a try. I hope I haven't missed any lines. Oh, the yellow line's a Nabner line. I did miss it. I didn't do all the lines in this puzzle. Goodness me. The yellow line is a Nabner line with no digits on it that are either consecutive to each other in number or identical. And this lavender line is a zipper line where digits an equal distance from the center add up to the same as the center. So those two will add up to that. Gosh, I mean, it is a bunch of rules, but it promises to be very good fun. Do give it a try. Give both puzzles, you have to do them both together, a try. Both links are under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, let's look at the slow thermo. If I was Mark, I would mark up all of these digits. I think that first one can go up to 5. The next one must increase because we're in the same box. But then when we get here, we don't have to increase until this cell where we're in the same box as the previous one. And that takes us up to a maximum of 9. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I mean, this may not help very much, but let's look at this green line row. So 5 obviously doesn't go on the green line, so it's in one of these two cells. I'm going to do more than that though, because if we were to mark this in alternating digits, and not really, we don't know which one's high and which one's low, but we do know that cells that appear with 2 digits either side cannot be 4 or 6. So none of these can be 4 or 6. One of these can be 4 or 6, but only one of them because it will come from the same polarity. It'll either be high or low. And therefore, the other digit from 4 or 6 is in these two cells along with 5. So we have narrowed those down considerably straight away. I can't affect that cell, but I can affect this. This has to be bigger than at least than 4. So I'm taking 2 cells out of each of these candidates. I know that on the big thick brown line it's a bit difficult to see the candidate numbers, but you can probably imagine what I'm doing. Now those include 5, so that digit in the same box is not 5, and that's reducing our possibilities further. And now that's a 6 or 7 on the zipper line as well. So this digit is bigger than 6 or 7, the central cell. So that's 7, 8, 9, and now we've got a triple. Now, just before I forget, this digit adds to that to make 7, 8, or 9. So this is 1, 2, or 3. Now, the possible candidates for the zipper center are going to leave these two being a very specific pair. If that was a 7, these two digits must be 8 and 9. Well, that's impossible because this one is 4, 5, or 6. If it was an 8, the digits that can't appear on the zipper line and join up with another one to make 8 are 4 and 9. These would be 4 and 9. That is clearly possible. If this was a 9, then each of these would be a pair that sum to 9, and this would also be a pair that sum to 9. So that's possible as well, annoyingly. Now, it is getting quite tight though. Oh, hang on, that's an 8-9 pair. Okay, well we've got something going on. That's now 7. Now we can run this down some way down the slow thermo, to a 6 there. This can't, oh, well, neither of these digits can be 6, so now we know about the polarity. 4 is in one of those cells, so these light blues become dark blues and are 1, 2, 3. These pinks become orange, high, and a 6, 7, 8, 9. The 6 can't go there, there, or here. Here, obviously, because of these 6s, so the 6 goes at that end, and this digit's a 1 next to it. And that is real progress, quickly. Now, this digit we decided, we don't know what that is, that's a shame. This is, no, we do. This can't be a pair summing to 9. If this was a 9, this would be a pair summing to 9, because that would be 6, 3, these would be 1, 2, 7, 8. And that would have to be a 4, 5 pair, but that's a 4, 5 pair in the same box. So 9 is not the right zipper center, it's 8. And that means 4 doesn't appear in any of these cells. It does appear here. 9 is here on this little Renban, that's an 8. I would call it by its Chicago loop line name if I knew anything about Chicago, and I don't. That digit's now 7, that's 5, oh, that's going to be helpful, but let's do this whisper first. That's 2, that's 3, and then we're left with an 8, 9 pair. Bye-bye colours, and good job done. Right, we've got 1, 2, and 3 left in this box. But the parity tells us that that digit is a 2, and it's sitting next to 5. Gosh, we could get quite a lot of this north side puzzle done, I think. Now, that is an even digit because we're alternating as we go up the red line, and that sees 2, 6, and 8. So it's a 4. This is also even, but I can't choose between 6 and 8 now. These are odd. This is the last even digit in the column because that's 1 or 3 is what that's saying. So that's a 6, 8 pair. I don't know if that does anything. Let's look at the blue line now, because this is now, we've got one of the segment sums down to 2 possibilities. It's either 10, which is pretty low, or 12. Okay, these could, now, do they have an 8 in? By Sudoku, there's an 8 in one of those cells. If they add up to 10, they don't have an 8 in. If they add up to 12, this goes 1, 8, 3. What about over here? This can add up to 12 or 10 as I see it at the moment. Oh, 9 is looking at that cell. I hadn't noticed that. That can't be 8. This is 8. So this line doesn't have 9, 7, 9, 8, 7 or 6 on it. If it adds up to 12, it is definitely 5, 4, 3. And the 4 would have to be here. In fact, 4 in this box is definitely in one of those 2. Oh, and 4 is now on the line that leads to the airport here, which adds up to 10 or 12. If it added up to 10, that's 1, 4, 5. And then there's, oh, 6 is also on the line. Hard to see on the brown. That's important. Right. This segment of the line can't add up to 10 because it already adds up to 10 and there's another digit to come. So this is a 3 and that's a 1, and we've finished a whole box. And this adds up to 12, and I think that has to be 3, 4, 5 now. It does. So I'm putting the 4 in there and a 3, 5 pair. And this has to add up to 12 using 6 and 4. So that is 2, 4, 6. The aeroplane cell is 2 or 4. That might be useful in the south side puzzle. I mean, we've got this. Is this the loop? Is that what they call it? I don't know. 6 there plus 2 is 8 on the zipper. The other cells on the zipper are 1, 3, 5, and 7. This one can't be 1 because of the 1, 2 pair. So this one can't be 7. Oh, the yellow line. It's a Nabner line and it's 5 cells long. That has to be the digits 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Haven't looked at that at all. That's the only way you can form a 5-cell Nabner line ever. So this digit is not 5 or 9. This one is not 9. This one is not 7. That might have been a shortcut to get this going. That one's also not 7. Are we left with only... No, we're left with 2 cells for 7. So one of those is a 7. and that makes this a 7. This is a 1-9 pair, not just a pair, we know the order thanks to the 9. This is a 6-5 pair. We're left with 1-8-3 to go up here. That's a useful triple because it makes this a 7 and this a 5. That makes this 1 or 3 and this one a 9 on the Nabner. If that's 1 or 3, the zipper counterpart is 5 or 7. This is racing along. I'm loving the speed of Chicago's L system. Right, one of those is a 2. We know which one from the 2-4-6 triple. These are from 1-3-5. In this column, we need a 4 and 2 digits. Oh no, we've had 3, so 2 digits. We need a 5. No, I don't know. I think my brain thinks that's a 5. Oh, let's just do Sudoku. We might finish this puzzle first. That's quite interesting. 3, 5. That's a 4. This is a 2-6-9 triple. 2, 9. Slowing down now. Fair enough. This has to be odd though, and it sees 5, 9, 1, 3. Oh, so that's a 7. 6, 8, 7. Oh, that 1, it's just very invisible there, but it sees that digit. That's going to make this, well, this has got to be 9. We need a 9 in this box, and I haven't found one. That's not 3, so this isn't 5. This also isn't 7, so this isn't 1. Now that's a 5-7 pair, and this is a 1. And this is a 1-3 pair, and that was probably very obviously coming. 5 and 4 can be done there. Can't quite resolve those yet. These digits are 5, 7, 8. Ah, that one must be a 7. It's a naked single because it sees the given 5 and 8 in the column. These are 2, 3, 4. I am maybe now getting to the point where I am going to have to transfer to the other puzzle because there isn't actually much in these left-hand columns to get to grips with, in fact. Right, let's move over to the other puzzle, aware that the 6 cells up to the loop are 7, 6, 5, 8, 9, 1, because we can just fill those in here. Oh, and there was more. There was the airplane cell. 7, 6, 5, 8, 9, 1. As I understand the rules, that must be correct. Everything else in the row is 2, 3, or 4. Now, the airplane cell was a 2 or a 4. So that goes here in the corner, and that's a pair, a 2-4 pair in the column. I imagine that's meant to be useful, but I don't quite know how. Right. Next, this blue line. This blue line is 9 cells long, but it's not the digits 1 to 9. Right, this digit, let's call it a grey cell. It's obviously bigger than 1 because it's in the same box as 1. And that means that these add up to 45, but these add up to a smaller number. That number, however, must be divisible by 3 because box borders divide the line into 3 segments. So that number that is divisible by 3, which must include 8 different Sudoku digits and a 1, I suspect it has to be 42 or 39. The minimum for these is 36, plus 1 is 37, yes. 39 or 42 is the total of blue, and therefore its segments are either 13 or 14. And this pair are either 12 or 13. Oh, and there's a 1 still to appear in this row somewhere. So we must be able to make up 13 or 14 with 2 different sets. Okay, maybe I can't do any more with that. There's this This is an 8-cell Renban with a 9 on it. So we know that the other digits on it are 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. We don't know much about the order, I don't think. Oh, no, that's not bad. We've got a 2, 3, 4, 6 quad here. 1 has to be on the line in this box, and that is the 1 that appears there. So the 1 is with a pair that adds up to 12 or 13 here. There's another pair that adds up to 12 or 13 here. I don't think there can be a pair that adds up to 12 or 13 here, though. I mean, I think I'm confusing myself a bit at the moment. These digits are from 1, 5, 8, 9. Now, we have to make them add up to 13 or 14. That was the total we calculated for this line. So we've got to use we know we've got to use the 1. Well, 14's the minimum. That's what it is, 1, 5, 8. So these add up to 13 without using a 9 or 8, 5. They're a 6, 7 pair. These add up to 14 without using 1, 5, 8, 6 or 7. So they do use 9 and 3, 2. So that's a 9, 3, 2 set. This is now a 4, 7 pair. This digit is a 1. This is a 4, the grey cell. Oh, I could have just worked out that it was going to be in the same modular set as that 1 and written 4 or 7 in there earlier. I didn't think of that. Right, 4 and 7 are on this line. They can't have a 4. 7, 1, 5. This is a 9 because we need a 9 in the box. Right, now we've also begun on the orange and red line, so let's move on to them. On the orange line first, 6 or 7 there. We need a low digit here, but not 1. This is 2 or 3 to maintain the difference of 4. This is then high, but not 8. It's at least 6. This is then low, although now no, not 5, because it sees 5. I was wondering if 5 had come into play, but it hasn't. This is 3 or 4. This is then high, 7, 8 or 9. This is then low, but now we have to admit 5 to the stable of numbers. And after that, it's hard. Well, after that, going this way, it's harder to determine polarity. But coming this way, maybe not. 2 or 4 there needs a high digit here that is 7, 8 or 9. No, 6, 7, 8 or 9. But then this could be a 5 as well. Okay, I'm going to stop marking that line now. But we did get a 2, 3 pair. These are 5 and 8. We can't have 5 on the green, so we have 8 there. 5 here, and that determines the parity on this parity line. So that must be 6. These are all even, 2, 4, 8. These are all odd, 3, 7, 9. We can probably work out more about that by alternating from here, but not on parity, but on polarity on the green line. High there, then low here, then high here, then low here, then high here, 7 or 9 or 6 actually, but then low here, so 3 there, and now this must be 9, and that makes this 7 surrounded by 1, 2, and we get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Moving on the L train. That's a 5, 6 pair. This is not 7 or 3 actually. That's 9. This must be 7. There's no 2 in those cells because of the 1, 2 pair here. So these are 3, 5, 6. These are 1, 4, 8. That one has to be high, so it's 8. This one has to be odd, so it's 1. This one has to be 4 because it's all that's left. That's a 2. This is even, 4 or 6. This is odd, 3, 5 or 9. This is even, anything but, that 4 is looking at the aeroplane. So the aeroplane becomes a 2, and at some point, if we get stuck here, we can take that back to the other puzzle, as we can with these 2 digits. So hopefully that will unstick us back on the north side. So maybe we should be able to finish off the south side now, because We have all the information that can be gained from the north side. Right, let's just do Sudoku. So where did I get to? This is going to have to be even. It's now 6 or 8. This is odd. Quite a few possibilities. Right, let's go to the orange line maybe. Oh no, what's this? 2 or 3? I don't know. It's not 9 on the Renban. That's not 2 because of the given digit. I'm missing something here. Okay, let's look at the orange line. This is low or 5, but it's not 2 or 3 or 1 actually. That's 4 or 5 now. That leaves very few possibilities here. If that's 4, this is 8 or 9. If it's 5, since it can't be 1, it is 9. So this is 8 or 9. Now, if it's 4, it's surrounded by an 8-9 pair. Then that's 6, 5, 7. If it's 5, it would have to be surrounded by a 1-9 pair, and it can't be. So it is 4, surrounded by an 8-9 pair. This is now 6. This is 5. This is 7 in the row. This is 8. Oh, look, this is just coming out now. That makes this 9, 8. That 9 stops this being 9. 7, 8 are looking at a 4 there, a 3 in the central cell. This can't be 6 anymore. This central column, that's a 2. 1, 6, 9 left over. This one must be a 1, and there's a 6, 9 pair that make this a 7, and that makes this an 8. That can't be 1 or 3 by Sudoku, or 5 because of proximity to the 8. So that's 2 or 4. This has become 3 since we got the 9 down below. This is not 9, this is not 9 or 1. That's a 3, 5 pair. So that's a 1, 9 pair in row 9. This is a 5, 6, 7 triple. That's 2 or 4, but we've got the given digit. 9, 6, 3, 8, 7, 2. That's a 5, 4, 1. 1, 4, 3, 2, 9, 7. 5, 6, and 8 to go in this central. That's not 8, so this is 8. That gives us 8 at the top. These are from 5, 6, 7. So we've got a little triple in this box now. 1, 8. We need a 2, a 4, a 3, and a 9. Oh, I thought they were going to be resolved by this stuff. It doesn't seem to have quite worked. Now we've had 2 on the Renban. That's a 3, 6 pair. Oh, what's going on in this column? Something is. 2, 8, 1, 5, 6. Well, we need a 4. It's not resolved. I thought it would be. That's not 7. Somewhere here, something good is happening. I can't quite. Have I missed a connection on a line? Have I missed something? Some placement? Because it almost seems like there's too many pairs that can be switched around. No, there's a 5, so those can't be 5s. 8, there we go, is looking at the red line. So that's going to resolve these pairs in rows 4 and 6. Now I can place 4 in box 4. That 1 is also looking at box 6. So we need a 2 definitely here in box thing. That's a 3, 9 pair in box 4 again. Now, this must somehow resolve. One of these columns, I think, has got a single candidate somewhere. Which one? I might be wrong, but I'm surprised. Have we got any more connection with the north side still to do? Oh, look, a 5, 6 pair in the box. That gives us 7. That gives us another 7 here. It feels like it's not quite enough to unwind. That. Why is that got 3 candidates in? Three, 5, 6. Oh, look, this 3 and 5 are done. Well, that's just That's not going to affect anything else. That's just tidying up. 3, 6. Now, there must be something that resolves here. I can't quite see it. This doesn't connect none of the remaining cells connect with the north side. So I have to finish this off while I'm here. I'm just 2, 4, 8, 7 are the only digits I've done in columns 2 and 3, and they're the same for both. Yeah, okay, there might be a sort of Y-wing. If that was a 3, that would be 3. Now let's hinge on this 3 candidate cell. If that was a 3, this would be 6, this would be 5, this would be 6. Ah, look at that. If that was a 3, this becomes the 3 in row 6. And this yeah, something went wrong. I think this becomes a 6. If that's a 3, this is 6, that's 5. Then this is a 6-3 pair, breaking that cell. It is a Y-wing, goodness me. So that can't be 3. And this is a 5-6 pair, giving us a 3 there. That is going to unwind everything. That's a very nice, very neat finish, isn't it? Quite unexpected. And that's the south side. I suspect that will be harder to finish than the north side. Now, okay, that puzzle is done. We need to take this 4-2 and the 2 in the plane back to the north side. So that's 4-2 here and 2 in the plane. And hopefully we can now finish the north side with another 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's not 3 in row 6. That is. Now we need a 3 and a 2 in these cells by Sudoku. That's 6, this is 9. This digit is known, it's 4. 2, 6, 4, 9, 8, 3. We've got 1, 5 and 7 still to place in the box. 5, 2, 3 there. Now we need a 4 in box 1. There it is. We need a 9 in box 1. That's in one of those cells. We're not going to have another Y-wing up here. We need a 7 in the box in one of those two. These are from 168. Oh no, we had a set of the odds there, didn't we? So this is 2. There we go. There's nothing complicated here, I don't think. Right. This is 8. Yeah, that deals with 5, 8 down there. Now, 5, 4, 2, 3, 8, 9 and 7. This is 1 or 6 up at the top. 8, 4, 3, 5, 9, 2. This is 1, 6 or 7. I am going to candidate mark these to death, and this is why. 5, 9, 7, 4, 2, 3, 6, 8, all looking at this cell. It's a naked 1 in the corner. And that is going to finish the top row. Box 2. Box 3. Box 1. Box 4. Oh, no, the zipper. I'd forgotten to do the zipper. I was going, oh, that's a horrible deadly pattern to finish with, but the zipper does them. 7 plus 1 equals 8. And there we go. We've completed our loop around the north side and the south side and come back to the north side. And there we go. That is a lovely puzzle, Haley Pro. That is really one that I will remember for a long time. It's beautifully done and entirely modelled on a map that existed in the world before it became a Sudoku puzzle. Fantastic. Thank you for watching. Absolute pleasure to bring that to you. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.